Welcome to Adam Does Movie News Live. I'm Adam. I'm covering the movie news every single Monday on the show now. On top of doing movie news, live streams, and all film-related coverage, this is the place to be. So feel free to subscribe to the show, Adam Does Movies, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. A lot to go over. Let's get into it. For all you Disney fans out there, they've announced a new animated film set to release in December of 2026. It's called Hexed. It's an original movie, thank the gods, and all we have so far is a small animated teaser on their socials. As a scorned middle-aged man, obviously I have a lot of beef with Disney, but they've given me a lot of magic over the years, and I still root for them to do some good original stuff and not so much milking their old IPs for live-action cash. We have very little to go on so far, but it's going to be a family drama, magical adventure between a boy and his mother. Their little family is turned upside down when the boy realizes he has magical powers. My personal thoughts, since you asked, fine. Sounds good. I like animated stuff. I like when Disney tries a little bit, puts some effort in. Elio was a commercial failure. I found it to be fine. I didn't love it by any means, but it was a good film. It was solid. Now that was Pixar. This is Disney Animated Studios. It's hard to tell the difference because, Disney owns them both anyways, but overall, I'm happy they're at least doing new stuff. Hey, you guys! That was maybe the worst sloth ever. I probably would have been better off trying my hand at the Truffle Shuffle at this point. We have Goonies 2 news. Remember the 1985 classic by Richard Donner and Steven Spielberg called The Goonies? It's classic. It's timeless. And it's back because everything that we love has to be burned to the ground at some point or another. Ke Huy Quan, who as of late has had a rising star thanks to Everything Everywhere All at Once, he's jazzed about coming back as Data. Josh Brolin, not so keen on the idea, but the whole cast is set to return. According to a panel at the recent Venice Film Festival that I didn't attend, I guess my invitation got lost in the mail, the special important people were informed that the first draft of the script was incredibly well received, with the second round of changes being 95% completed. I don't know how many revisions they're gonna do. This movie might not come out till 2045 for all we know, but there is a script circulating and it's very well received by the 5 or 6 people that read the script and are probably kiss asses. Regardless, things are moving. There is no director and no production start time for this movie, but it does exist in some capacity. Let's continue. Director Christopher Columbus has been doing a lot of talking lately, and one of the things that got brought up is a possible Harry Potter reunion. For the one of you that didn't know, Chris Columbus directed the first 2 movies in the Harry Potter franchise. People have been walking up to him on the streets, tears in their eyes, as they often do, saying, "Sir, why has there not been a Harry Potter reunion yet?" And he said it's not bloody gonna happen. He doesn't talk like that, but probably never gonna happen because the trio, the OG crew, Harry, Hermione, Ron, they have real names, but it's not worth going into. They are at major odds with the creator J.K. Rowling and her viewpoints on transgender folks. I find this to be sad that they would ever think about doing a reunion film to begin with because the movies are timeless. Let's keep them where they're at. Let's not bring back the old dogs for one last ride. I also do think it's kind of a bummer that they can't set aside political and social differences and work together on something for fans and for audience members to love, because it's really hard for me to ban and boycott things when pretty much everyone in power is total trash. So you wouldn't be able to wear a lot of shoes and clothes and eat a lot of food and go to a lot of places if you even do a surface level look into a lot of people that own and operate these establishments and clothing lines and etc. You know what I'm saying? Now, keep in mind, we're talking off the cuff here. Chris Columbus isn't saying anything matter of fact. It's just his opinion that there's a lot of bad mudblood now, and so they probably won't get back on the broomsticks for one last flight. Let's talk about the box office briefly, specifically The Roses, a new modern remake of The War of the Roses based on the book, and there was also a movie that came out in 1989 directed by Danny DeVito. New film, I saw it. I thought it was very well done, appreciated the cast, thought it was very witty, some great dialogue, some sharp performances. It's bombing pretty bad. It only pulled in $7.3 million after a 4-day domestic window. Compare that to the original The War of the Roses with only a 3-day box office window, and it pulls in $9.5 million. So the OG did better than this new one. It's unclear what the production budget is for the new film, but DeVito's was $26 million, so you can imagine it was probably a bit more than that. Meanwhile, K-pop Demon Hunters, only in theaters for 2 days, has managed to gross $20 million. And it came from Netflix, hitting the top charts for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. People are going out in droves to see that. Kids eating it up. Yum, 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 yum. So while the roses are failing to come into bloom, K-pop is... I don't have any sort of planned words for that. Let's move on. Mortal Kombat! Delayed. It's delayed. The sequel to the crappy Mortal Kombat that came out during COVID times that I think maybe 1 or 2 people liked. I thought was terrible. It's getting pushed back 6 full months to May of 2026. This film was supposed to come out this October. Now, I'd be lying if I was on the floor. I'd also be lying to you if I told you I was excited for this sequel. I am, however, a lot more optimistic for it, mainly because Karl Urban is taking the spotlight as Johnny Cage. I think he's a great protagonist for this series. Get rid of stupid Cole. Hopefully they kill him in the first scene of the film. And I'm in. I want more focus on the Scorpion Sub-Zero backstory. Let's flesh that out. Let's keep it light and fun. You can have serious conflict, but I want this thing to pop off. I want some awesome action. It shouldn't be that hard, people, to make this work. I do find it a little puzzling they're going to push this to May, considering some of the heavy hitters coming out that month. You have the sequel to the animated Super Mario Brothers movie. You got Grogu and Mando. I guess it's Mando and Grogu, but we know who's the star of that film. And then, of course, the film everyone's looking forward to, The Devil Wears Prada 2. I actually really enjoyed the first film, but you want to talk about a sequel that didn't need to happen? We got Goonies 2 coming out. That one feels more justified than a freaking Devil Wears Prada sequel. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be good. Guillermo del Toro's new film Frankenstein has been released. It's been seen by the public eye. And so far the critics have spoken. All checks notes, 19 of them, giving it a 79% fresh score on the tomato meter. Well, I am a certified Rotten Tomatoes critic, and I have not put my voice out there yet, mister. So we have no idea if this movie's great or hot-ass garbage. I'll let you know when I see it, whenever it comes out. These so-called critics have praised the movie so far for its ambition, its atmosphere, and its faithful embrace of Mary Shelley's Gothic roots. Now, exactly 0% of me would be surprised if this is a fantastic movie. I've really enjoyed this director's works in the past. Love the Hellboy movies. Big fan of The Shape of Water. Bigger fan of Del Toro's masterwork, Pan's Labyrinth. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think he's gonna nail it. He perfectly operates in a playground full of creepy monsters and dark imagery. I'm still a bit bummed we didn't get to see what he was gonna bring to Middle-earth all those years ago when he was originally attached to the Hobbit series. However, I still enjoy those films as well by Peter Jackson. At least we get Frankenstein. And I think he's gonna do it right. The last and probably least piece of news is the Long Walk movie, based on the Stephen King book, is coming out soon. But it's already been playing at a couple theaters in California where they have a little gimmick going on where you stand and walk on a treadmill while you watch these poor sons of bitches walk until they're dead. If you don't keep walking for the entirety of the film, your ass is grass, mister. You get kicked out. So good luck walking for 108 minutes at a speed of 3 miles per hour for a grand total of 5.4 miles. It's almost impossible. I think I walk 5.4 miles just getting to my mailbox, which is stupidly far down the street, but that's another story altogether. Well, there you have it, a little bit of Monday movie news for you. Hopefully you got something out of this, and hopefully you think of subbing to the show, Adam Does Movies, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Again, this is a newer format I'm doing, hoping to keep it a regular thing. So please make sure to watch the video and share it around so that we get those numbers up. And I understand that people want more of this in the future. All right, let me know if I missed anything in the comments that I should report on next week. Tell me your piece of movie news that you appreciated the most from this. And hopefully, see you next time. Take care. Thanks again for watching the show. If you appreciate my content, you probably know a lot of work goes into it. Feel free to check me out on patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. You can find different support tiers with a bunch of different offerings every single month. It's also available on YouTube via the Join membership. It's just a great way to give back and say, hey, Adam, thanks for all your hard work. Let me throw something your way. And I would appreciate it.